Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to start by going over your homework from last night. So, without any further ado, hope you all did it. I saw that means you too. Just playing. Alright, first thing you have to do for number 1 is divide by 3. Divide both sides by 3. Those cancel out. You get x is greater than 4. And you can do your cheater number line. 0 up to 4. It's going to be an open circle, and you shade above. Number 2, it's x divided by 4 is less than 5. Multiply both sides by 4. Those cancel out. You get x is less than 20. There's your number line, 0, 20, and it's open circle, and it's all the numbers that are less than 20. Number 3, negative 5z is less than or equal to 20, so we have to divide by negative 5. It gives you z. Now, because you divided by a negative, you flip the sign. Is greater than or equal to negative 4. So cheap number line, 0, negative 4. Has to be greater than or equal to, which means it's a closed circle, and you shade above. Number 4, multiply by 3 because it's x divided by 3. Those cancel. You get x is greater than negative 12. Now, because we're not multiplying both sides by a negative, see, some people get confused. They say it's negative 4 times 3. But because you're not multiplying both sides by the negative, it makes it the sign not change, or the symbol not flip. Zero, negative 12. It's got to be greater than, so it's an open circle and going to the right. Number 5, it's y minus 6. So to get rid of the negative 6, you just add it over. Plus 6, plus 6. It gives you y is greater than or equal to 13. Cheater number line, 0, there's 13. It's greater than or equal to, the equal sign underneath it, it's a closed circle and going to the right. Number 6, z plus 1, just subtracting 1 from both sides. It gives you z is less than 7. Wow, that looks like less than, greater than. Let's make that 7 a little longer. I don't know what I just did. Give me a second to figure it out. Alright, I got it. So, z is greater than 7, or z is less than 7. And so we're just going to go over to here. See, it's just like when I'm in class and mess up. There's your number line. It's less than, no equal sign, so it's an open circle and it goes to the left. All right, almost halfway there. Number 7. Of course, they get harder now. It's 2-step, so the first thing you have to do is subtract the 3. That gives you 5x is greater than 20. Then you divide by 5. You get x is greater than 4. Zero, 4. It's just a greater than, so it's an open circle and it goes to the right. Number 8, add 14 to both sides. So just like regular equations. See, that was important when I told you it was. So you get 3x is less than or equal to 18. Divide by 3. You get x is less than or equal to 6. There's your number line. 0, 6. Now because it has the equal sign, it's a closed dot. And you shade left. Number 9. First we add the 5 over, because it's minus 5. Go with the plus 5. It gives you negative 3y is greater than 24. Now you have to divide by negative 3 to get y by itself. Divide by negative 3. Those cancel. You get y. Now because you divided by a negative, you flip the inequality. 24 divided by negative 3 gives you negative 8. Graphing 0, negative 8. It's less than, so it's an open circle and going left. Number 10, subtract 6. 5x is less than or equal to negative 35. Divide by 5. Now you're dividing by 5, but you're only dividing by a positive. So it's going to be x is less than or equal to negative 7. Your sign does not change. 0, negative 7, close circle, because it's an equal sign, and it's less than. Number 11. Now, I might be going fast for some of you, but remember, you can always pause the video. And if you subscribe to my channel, that sound like I'm some kind of YouTube star. But if you subscribe to my channel, then you can always look at it on your phone. It's nice that you can go back and review lessons, and you can look at them on your phone. Makes it a lot more convenient for both of us, actually. Okay, number 11 is a little different because it's 8 minus 5y. But look, the number with the 5, or the number with the y is a negative 5. So you're going to have to subtract the 8 over first. That leaves you with negative 5y is greater than negative 37 minus 8. So give you negative 45. Then you divide by negative 5. You get y is greater than, flip that sign, you divide it by a negative. Give you y is less than 9. Goes from 0 to 9. And then it's less than, so it's an open dot and shaded this direction. Number 12, very similar to the last one. Got to subtract the 18 first. Those cancel. 42 minus 18. I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'm going to do some math here. It gives you 24. So it gives you negative 4y is greater than or equal to 24. Divide by negative 4. Y is less than or equal to negative 6. Now I had to flip that sign because I was dividing by a negative. 0, negative 6 is here, and it's less than or equal to, so it's a closed dot going this direction. Number 13, add 3 to both sides. gives you 0.4y is less than 2. Now you divide by 0.4. So now we have 2 divided by 0.4. Sorry. Some of you might have noticed I had to pause it so that I could put it in my calculator. 2 divided by 0.4 is 5. Everybody knows that. So you have y is less than 5. Just open circle, shade to the left. Getting a little sloppy here. Subtract the 2.6 over. It gives you 3.2x is greater than negative 25.6. Divide by 3.2. I'm feeling the pause button again. Whenever we do that, that gives us x is greater than negative 8. Oh, I did that in my head. Not really. There's 0 and negative 8. It's greater than negative 8. So we shade to the right. Number 15. Start by subtracting 4 from both sides. Gives you x over 3 is greater than 4. And you multiply by 3 on both sides. It gives you x is greater than 12. Zero, 12, open circle, shade to the right. Number 16, x over negative 2. Gonna have to subtract this 5. Look at me trying to skip steps already. Gives you x over negative 2 is less than or equal to 3. Multiply both sides by negative 2. You multiply by negative, inequality flips. You get x is greater than or equal to negative 6. Got 0, negative 6. Close circle because of the equal sign. And it's greater than, so it's all numbers greater than negative 6. Number 17. Let's scroll down some more. Start by multiplying by 3 on both sides because it's all of this divided by 3. So you have to get rid of that 3 first. So it becomes times 3 there. Now you have x plus 3 is greater than 12. Subtract the 3 over. X is greater than 9. Open circle, shade to the right. Number 18, subtract 10. Subtract 10. Get negative 5y is less than or equal to negative 25. Divide by negative 5. Let's cancel. Y is greater than or equal to 5. Flip the signs because we divided by a negative. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. Close circle, shade to the right. Last two. Start by adding 7 to both sides. It gives you 3/4 x is greater than 15. Now in order to get x by itself, you multiply by the reciprocal. which is 4 over 3. Now you're going to notice I'm not going to pause this one. 15 times 4. Now this is all canceling out on this side. You're just left with x. 15 times 4 is 60. Then divided by 3 is 20. So it's x is greater than 20. 0, 20, open circle, shade to the right. Last one, subtract 5, subtract 5. You get 4y is greater than 20. Divide by 4, divide by 4. Y is greater than 5. Zero, 5, open circle, shade to the right. Okay, get out your notebooks. I'm going to do 5-1 day 2. Take a little break here, get a drink of Mountain Dew. I'll be right back while you get your notebooks out. 5-1, 1 and 2-step inequalities, day 2. Bet you didn't see that coming. After day 1 is day 2. Blowing minds here. When do we flip the inequality symbol? Thank you, Journey. That's going to be when we multiply or divide by a negative. Multiply or divide by a negative. Just a little review from yesterday there. Now, this is part of our discussion, so you don't need to write this down necessarily. In Unit 2, we ended up writing equations. So we had number sentences, and we would write an equation from it. So it's 2 more than twice a number is equal to 20. So twice the number was 2n. This is 2 times the number, plus 2, because it's 2 more than twice the number. And then equal sign was 20. Today we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to do it with inequalities. I can't drop it. We write them the same as equations, except now we have either a greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. What do we need to have an inequality? Same thing as it was with equations. Variable, we need to have operations, numbers, and an inequality sign, either greater than or equal to, greater than, less than or equal to, or less than. Steps to writing an inequality. First, define your variable. Second, you have to look for keywords like increase, decrease, times, quotient. That'll tell you whether it's plus, minus, multiplication, or division. Lastly, look for inequality words like greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Today's objective. You'll be able to write and solve a 1 or 2-step inequality. Example 1. Write, solve, and graph the inequality. 7 times a number plus 4 is greater than 25. So first we're going to define a variable. N is the number. Then look for your keywords. We got a plus 4 and times a number. So 7 times n plus 4 is greater than 25. Now you just solve for n. Subtract 4 from both sides. That gives you 7n is greater than 21. Divide by 7. Yet n is greater than 3. Do a number line. It's got to be an open circle and shading to the right. I can't emphasize enough. Sure, that problem went really quick for us, but I didn't have to write all this down. So make sure that you're pausing the video so that you can get the problem written down, and then you can continue with the video so that you can have the time to actually pay attention to what's happening in the inequality. Example 2, same thing. Write the example down while the video is paused and then move forward. 20 less than twice an integer. So we're going to start with twice an integer. Well, first I better define my variable as n is an integer. Everyone remember what an integer is? An integer is any whole number, either positive, negative, or 0. Then it's 20 less than twice the integer. So it's going to be minus 20. It's less than or equal to 10. Now we just solve for n. Add 20 on both sides. Those cancel. You get 2n is less than or equal to 30. Divide by 2. N is less than or equal to 15. Now to graph this, set up a number line. 0, 15 is less than or equal to, so it's a closed dot shading to the left. Example 3, write, solve, and graph the inequality. The quotient of x and negative 2. So, x is my variable, and the quotient. Now, quotient means divide, and if it's of x and negative 2, then the first number goes on top, second number goes on bottom. Then it's simple from there. Minus 5 is greater than 3. So we add 5 to both sides. Those cancel out. X over negative 2 is greater than 8. Multiply by negative 2. Now we're multiplying by a negative, so that means we flip the sign. So it's now going to be a less than, and you have x is less than negative 16. 0, negative 16. An open dot, shade to the left. That's it for today's notes. Thank you very much for paying attention, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Make sure you do your homework tonight. As always, homework is key if you want to get better.